Christians suffered too. In fact, we are the most persecuted religion in the world. I am so sick of there can only be one victim
Oh,
narrative.
Candace,
And if you
come
start
on.
talking
I am a
about
Christian, and we are
Christians are
not the
not,
most persecuted in the
that
world.
is a
Come on.
fact. Do you know what's
Sounds like to
happening in
you
Armenia? Do you know what's
let
happening in
me let me
Nigeria? Do you
let
know
me
what just
tell
happened
you
in Canada? The fake
let me
story
tell
that
you what this
was propagated by all of the mainstream
right.
networks about the nuns, and they found the mass burial, which allowed 85
Wait.
Catholic churches to be burned to the ground in the last 3 years in Canada. And I'm sitting here telling you that I'm a Christian and I'm
Well, I think
offended
the
by what you're
sensitivities of
saying,
people
and
who
you
are working
laugh,
on
you
my show, I
mock
think that's
Christian
very,
persecution.
very
Do you think it's
important
acceptable to
because
laugh when someone tells you about Christian persecution? Because let me tell you something, if I had done
no, I'm
that, if
not
I had
laughing. I think it's
laughed about
laughable.
the
I
Holocaust,
don't think it's
I would be
funny. I
chased out
think
of
it's
polite
laughable.
society. Then don't laugh. Don't laugh at Christian persecution.
It's
Do not
laughable. But let
laugh.
me
You
just say
literally
that it
just
sounds
laughed
like,
when I talked
Candace,
about
what
Christian
you're saying is
persecution. Don't do
what
that
you
ever
say is
again, not in my presence.
We're seeing Candace Owens talking with Don Lemon about Christian persecution. And Don Lemon laughs at Christian persecution. Christians are the ones that are being persecuted the most all around the world, just because they are Christians. Wherever in the world they are being persecuted, they are being censored, they are being held back or held down. But the difference between Christians and the rest of the world is that Christians don't live in their victimhood mentality. They don't find value and power in victimhood. They find power in love. They want to love and forgive people. That is the biggest difference. The world is all about power, but Christians are all about love and about forgiveness and about treating others as you yourself want to be treated. True Christians know that persecution is to be expected as a Christian because the message of Christianity doesn't align with the world. And of course the Christian message is not what is acceptable and what is appreciated in the world. The world doesn't like it to be restrained. So what is the solution of the world? They want to censor you, they want to persecute you. And that is what Candace Owens is telling us, that Christians are the biggest group of people that are being persecuted because of their Christian faith. And people like Don Lemon, they don't care. They don't care that Christians are being persecuted. He laughs about it. He says he doesn't find it funny, but it's laughable. Just imagine that someone would say that about Jews, Muslims, Buddhists, atheists, or whoever, if you just laugh about the idea that they are being persecuted. And we ought to accept that from people. While Candace Owens is telling us, is showing us that you don't have to accept it. You don't have to accept that people laugh at the persecution of your own Christian brothers and sisters from all around the world. You don't have to. We should stand up for our Christian brothers all around the world. In this case, Candace is telling us about the Christians in Armenia, in Artsakh, that are being persecuted by the Muslims from Azerbaijan, that are being supported by Turkey and by Israel.